Hello friends, my name is Jason Clemens. Today is episode 30 of our Big Book study. We're going to start with reading in our textbook titled Alcoholics Anonymous. We're at page 86 on paragraph 2. On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance, for after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here, we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought, or a decision. We relax and take it easy. We don't struggle. We are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. What used to be the hunch or the occasional inspiration gradually becomes a working part of the mind. Being still inexperienced and having just made conscious contact with God, it is not probable that we are going to be inspired at all times. We might pay for this presumption in all sorts of absurd actions and ideas. Nevertheless, we find that our thinking will, as time passes, be more and more on the plane of inspiration. We come to rely upon it. We usually conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day what our next step is to be, that we be given whatever we need to take care of such problems. We ask, especially for freedom from self-will, and are careful to make no request for ourselves only. We may ask for ourselves, however, if others are helped. We may ask for ourselves, however, if others will be helped. We are careful never to pray for our own selfish ends. Many of us have wasted a lot of time doing that, and it doesn't work. You can easily see why. If circumstances warrant, we ask our wives or friends to join us in morning meditation. If we belong to a religious denomination which requires a definite morning devotion, we attend to that also. If not members of religious bodies, we sometimes select and memorize a few set prayers which emphasize the principles we have been discussing. There are many helpful books also. Suggestions about these may be obtained from one's priest, minister, or rabbi. Be quick to see where religious people are right. Make use of what they offer. As we go through the day, we pause when agitated or doubtful and ask for the right thought or action. We constantly remind ourselves we are no longer running the show, humbly saying to ourselves many times each day, "Thy will be done." We are then in much less danger of excitement, fear, anger, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. We become much more efficient. We do not tire so easily, for we are not burning up energy foolishly as we did when we were trying to arrange life to suit ourselves. It works, it really does. We alcoholics are undisciplined, so we let God discipline us in the simple way we have just outlined. But this is not all. There is action and more action. Faith without works is dead. The next chapter is entirely devoted to step 12. Let's go to the study portion. We are at page 86, paragraph 2. Quote, "On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives." This is one of the step 11 prayers. If we are indecisive, here we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought or decision, another prayer. We relax and take it easy. We aren't obsessing on this. We think of something else, knowing that the answers will come. Although we come to rely upon intuition, we always check with others on those thoughts before putting them into action. Yet another prayer. The Big Book 11th Step Prayer, page 87, paragraph 1, quote, "We usually conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day what our next step is to be, that we be given whatever we need to take care of such problems. We ask especially for freedom from self-will and are careful to make no requests for ourselves only. Here we are praying for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. What is the outcome? At the top of page 88, quote, "We are in much less danger of, suffering from, excitement, fear, anger, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. Those foolish decisions caused me plenty of trouble." Now you'll notice that Bill was getting at what meditation meant for him from the point of on awakening to immediately before we usually conclude the period of meditation. We are engaging in a contemplative meditation. We are thinking about what our actions will be, what we will face, and how we will conduct ourselves. I began my meditation life by quieting the endless conversation that I used to have with myself inside of my head. Quite simply, I was driving myself nuts. Then I started to direct my thinking to what I would face over the course of the day. Of course, that meant I had to change the way that I lived. I couldn't continue to live my life as if I was shot out of a cannon each morning. I received valuable suggestions. Instead of waking up at the last possible second, perhaps if I got up a little earlier, that may allow time for meditation. Instead of waiting until the fuel gauge read E, maybe I should fill up at a quarter of a tank. Leaving a little earlier for work would help my state of mind in the morning, arriving less frazzled and on time. These and many other suggestions helped immensely. The result was that it was easier to meditate in the morning and prepare for the day. After beginning my day with prayer and meditation, by the time I begin my day at the office, I have no fear because I always have a partner who has all power. I put in the footwork and the results are up to him. My life is no longer the Chinese fire drill that it once was. The 12 steps have been the key. Here's an exercise. Go back and reread the text and count how many times think, thought, brains, intuition, or their synonyms appear in the text. You may be surprised to learn how much thought goes into meditation. In our next post, we'll begin chapter 7. Since faith without works is dead, there is more action to come. Have a great day.